Just a quick one, ladies and gentlemen. I need your help. The Allincrypto team is expanding. Now, I'm sure many of you have noticed our website and various other things that we have been doing here at Allincrypto. We have taken on a number of team members, but we're looking to grow even more. Ultimately, we want Allincrypto to become your number one stop when it comes to the cryptocurrency market and the markets more broadly. And I need to expand in order to do that so that I can provide the best content for you guys that I possibly can. And that involves bringing on team members and employing people. So we are looking at this stage for a researcher to come on board, to do things like write articles and really to sort of embed themselves within what we do here. It is fun. You know, I've got to say I love my life. They say, do something you enjoy and you'll never work a day in your life. It's not always like that. Sometimes work can be work, but this is an amazing space to be in. And there's lots of opportunities that are going to come on the back end of it. So we are looking for one, potentially two individuals. We're looking for a researcher, somebody that feels comfortable in regards to creating content in written forms and, of course, researching the space. And we're also potentially looking for a host, a co-host, somebody to sit alongside me and to have some fun with as we sort of digest the cryptocurrency space and relay it to the masses. So I'm not going to waste too much of your time, guys. Some of you might not be interested in this, but some of you may be if you fancy a career change. Do head over to allincrypto.com/jobs. I'll leave a link to this in the description where we've got everything that we need. Of course, you'll need to fill out your information. We will review it and then we'll get back to you guys in a month or so. But we are very adamant in regards to making Allincrypto the best crypto platform that there is, and that involves help. And we're going to you guys for that help. So happy applications for those of you that want to embark on that journey or potentially look to embark on that journey. On that note, guys, I'm going to leave you to our daily market update. Happy Monday, folks. Welcome back for what is going to be nothing short of another jam-packed daily market update. As always, we have a hell of a lot to get into. We're going to be starting off by looking what is on the horizon in regards to October and November, as it is the last day of September today. Wake me up when September ends. We are here and the markets are positioned for a good October, November. Of course, we will be diving into that. We'll be looking at the Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin having a bit of a pullback today, really bringing the cryptocurrency market down with it, but I think it's largely irrelevant in regards to the broader trend. Bitcoin has done quite well. A rest is to be expected. Of course, you have the monthly close for September taking place. Before we get into that, we're going to be looking at Coinshares report. Now, we like to look at Coinshares report, which essentially tracks digital asset fund, so crypto, not specifically or actual people buying crypto, but people buying crypto ETPs, exchange traded products, which is typically a more institutional grade investor. We like to look at their report every single week, and we're going to be doing that once we've looked at what's to come in October, November. Then we are going to be talking about XRP. Now, people love to hate XRP. I understand it in one regard. I don't in the other. When it comes to investing, leave your biases at the door. Whether you like XRP or not, it's going to do very well. And actually, we're seeing some interesting price movement that we're going to be covering, a breakout of something we were identifying that's essentially going to lead to what we thought would be around about a 35% move to the upside. And we think that could start a broader trajectory into that bigger pattern that we have that we're going to be recapping on. Then we'll be diving into Bitcoin, total market cap, total 2, total 3, etc., and showing you that there's amazing time ahead of us. But as promised, guys, first thing that I want to do is talk about Bitcoin's monthly returns and how October, which is tomorrow, and November are typically the best months for the cryptocurrency space. You can see this is going all the way back to 2013. And of course, September hasn't been horrific like historically is the case. In fact, we're up 8% according to this so far. But October and November are typically the most bullish months for the cryptocurrency space. If you look at the average return in October, it's 22.9%. And you can see there's not that much red in regards to year over year, even in bear markets in September. And then, of course, we have, in October. And then, of course, we have November, which the average is 46%. The medium is 8.8, and the medium in October is 27.7. So we're very much positioning for some pretty epic months ahead of us. The seasonality in markets. Seasonality from markets kind of comes from when the largest markets was, of course, agricultural. Of course, you have seasonality in regards to when things grow, or when you plant things, when you sow things, when you reap them, so on and so forth. And that's kind of carried over to this day. You've got to think as well, selling may come back in St. Leger's Day, which we had. People go on holiday, etc., and then they come back and sort of start to get back to work. And we're in that kind of a phase now, if you will, that transitioning period. And the beautiful thing is, Bitcoin very much is aligned in regards to the next 2 months, not just Bitcoin, but the altcoin space being pretty spectacular ones. We've done lots of videos. We did a live stream where we looked at 10 altcoins that essentially had done what is very textbook in regards to entering an uptrend. They break out initially into that uptrend from phase 1 into phase 2. Then they come back for that retest, find it as support, which is where many of them are before then continuing the trend to the upside. A lot of altcoins at support right now that we're expecting them to bounce off of, certainly in regards to October, November. Lots of falling wedges we've looked at. We'll probably do a video looking at 5 more. We can go on and on and on and explain the reasons why we're bullish. And when we look at Bitcoin, it's a matter of time. We've said that this is, first of all, let's just go back to the weekly. This is just a pullback in what is a broader uptrend, and the trend is your friend, and you don't bet against it. We also have a lot of technical targets that give us confidence in regards to the direction that Bitcoin's going. And when we look at where Bitcoin is, it's not going to be long before you break out to the upside here. This is likely going to be a bull flag S structure. You're seeing a bull flag on the total cryptocurrency market cap. It's currently at $2.1 trillion, likely going to 4.1. This is in line with where we think altcoins are at. If you look at the total cryptocurrency market cap, excluding Bitcoin, similar sort of story. We've got a $3.7 trillion target for this. And of course, you look at the total cryptocurrency market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is actually broken out of its bull flag. And the beautiful thing is, we've said when Bitcoin rears its head, just like alts have just followed this to the downside, like they're following Bitcoin today, when we see that upside for Bitcoin, altcoins will overperform. And this is when you're going to see Bitcoin dominance rolling, which we think you're on the cusp of. So we got a little bit sidetracked there talking about the month that's setting up and how there's technical confluence in regards to expecting that. Do consider becoming a Patreon, guys. It's £30 a month if you're in the UK. And the first thing you need to do is go and watch last night's meeting. We'll get you up to date on some of the opportunities. We're looking at some of the 100Xs. Market generally red today. The one altcoin that we look at in specific, or that I'm really bullish on, is about 10% up today. This is just the start of what's a broader uptrend. People are going to change their lives in the next year. Mark my words, if you're in the right kind of sector. So, covered the market quite broadly then. Let's take a look at Coinshares report. This is 202, Digital Asset Fund Flows Weekly. Inflows rise to $1.2 billion despite divergent regional and altcoin flows. So you can see inflows are starting to come back. Digital asset investment products saw a third consecutive week of inflows totaling $1.2 billion, which we believe is a reaction to continued expectations of dovish monetary policy in the US. When you catch up with yesterday's meeting, that'll make a lot of sense. The approval of options for certain US-based investment products likely boosted sentiment, although trading volumes have not seen a commensurate rise. Ethereum broke its 5-week negative spell with inflows of 87 million, the first measurable inflows since August. And this has trumped a lot of the outflows that are still happening. You can see Solana finding a bit of outflows, but month to date still up. It talks about regional sentiment was polarized, with the US and Switzerland seeing inflows of 1.2 billion and 84 million respectively, with the latter being the largest since mid-2020. In contrast, Germany and Brazil saw outflows of 21 million and 3 million respectively. Bitcoin saw inflows of 1 billion, although this also spurred further inflows in short Bitcoin investment products, 8.8 million, so very small, 8.8 million, 1 billion inflows, 8.8 million people, or in regards to betting against it. Ethereum broke its 5-week negative spell with inflows of 87 million, the first measurable inflows since early August. Conversely, Solana saw $4.8 million of outflows. Sentiment was mixed in altcoins, with Litecoin and XRP seeing inflows of 2 million and 0.8. We'll talk about XRP in just a second, respectively, while Binance and Stacks saw outflows of 1.2 and 9 million. We gave our $2,600 price prediction for Binance. Solana. So why is Solana seeing outflows when Solana looks extremely bullish, in my opinion? Let's show you that. Let's show you our Solana chart. I know I'm not a fan of the chain at all. This is a short-term pattern, but in the grand scheme of things, we think Solana's going to around about $2,000. I'm not a fan of the chain, personally. Doesn't mean I don't think it's not going to do well. In fact, I think it will. It's been statused. Absolutely. I was listening on the way over to the office, Franklin Templeton talking about why they've chose to build on Solana. I mean, there's a lot of blockchains offer similar things at this point. Being fast is kind of becoming a standard. Obviously, borrowing Bitcoin and Ethereum, of course. You need more to sort of stand out than what they were saying they chose Solana for. But I think it's more just, they're likely betting on it, which they are. But Solana looks great. Why are you seeing Solana outflows? Well, we already have filings for ETFs. And what happens when you have those ETFs? You see money move from the ETPs to the ETFs because the fees are significantly lower, like, Grayscale offer a Solana ETP currently. So I think that's why you're seeing outflows in regards to Solana. Solana, up until a few months ago, had more inflows this year than Ethereum. And that obviously flipped with the ETF, which has only been about for 2 months. Let's talk now about XRP. So a little while ago, we were highlighting a pattern that we were looking at to break out to the upside for XRP. And since then, let's go to the current chart. It has done that. And I think this is the first time, this is the pattern that we're looking at of what is a broader move to the upside. You're looking at an 84, 88 cents XRP price. And we have looked at a bigger pattern. And people are going to laugh at this, but laugh at it all you want. We haven't been calling for this throughout this entire time period. This is what separates us from the other. There's a lot of people out there that are solely XRP influencers because it's popular to talk about. We've done videos in the past couple of months that have got 80,000 views in regards to XRP. Huge community out there that we want to win badly. What separates us from the rest is we haven't been shilling XRP throughout this entire period. We're only highlighting the technical significance and the optimal timing of where XRP currently is. And we've said once you trigger 84 cents, you're then in a broader pattern to $19.27. Most people are highlighting this pattern, but they don't know what it is they're looking at or how to project. I've actually seen people take this and add it on top and say it's going to do a similar return, getting it to $500. Can XRP get to $500? I personally think that's unlikely. I don't know, though. My price prediction is $19.27. I very much think this is your basing. We're looking at a repeat of this, just not to the same percentage. And in regards to the smaller time frames, you may have a pattern that's going to start you moving to the upside, which we're certainly very excited about that we're calling on the channel. We'll do a longer video on this evening. We've got a number of other things to talk about in relation to XRP. So to move on from that, because we know not everyone is an XRP fan, we just think there's an opportunity there. The market is having a bit of a pullback today. It's irrelevant in the broader trajectory or the grand scheme of things. Bitcoin's done well. Give it its kind of break, if you will. This isn't horrific at all. This is still an uptrend. You're running into an area that has previously found you as resistance. It's not long before you push above and beyond this. When we look at the stock market, we think it's going to do quite well. Gold pulling back, a number of things pulling back. Dollar very much going in the direction that we want it to. And again, if you do become a patron today, spend an hour on yesterday's meeting. We talked about global liquidity. We spoke about China. And we looked at this a while ago. Okay, this isn't going to want to load for me. And we said, you've got divergences showing up here. And look at this. And this is the Chinese government stimulating their economy at this point. Look at the Hang Seng. So we'll leave the macro-y stuff for another video. Get ready for October, guys. The market's very much positioned. Ignore the end of the month volatility that we're currently experiencing. We are going to have volatility this week. We spoke about yesterday how you've got non-farm payroll and a number of other things, but we will see you all through it. In fact, we might even stream non-farm payroll. On that note, guys, I'm going to love and leave you. Thanks a lot for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you all in the next one. Don't forget to become a subscriber. Like is appreciated, so is a comment. See you in the next one, guys. Have a wonderful week. See you soon.